Obstacle what he was talking about.
Well, I couldn't do the rope climb because it was just so slippery. I slipped straight off it.
Oh, because it was raining.
Yeah, my hands are like...
Right.
Yeah, isn't the rope like super spaghetti though?
Yeah.
That'd be something you're more used to though.
Hey. Just like his love life, look at him go. Speaking of your love life, have you missed me?
Very much.
What rev scheme are you thinking we woke up to?
For an hour on the car ride home yesterday.
Well, Tommy beat me a while back.
He what?
He beat me a while back on bench. So
On a 1 rep.
yeah. So maybe just a. No, it doesn't have to be super crazy.
You
But
thinking of a 1?
maybe just a decent one,
Okay.
just to see where I'm at. I mean, I did the workout yesterday, so am I also stronger and fitter? That would be cool.
How'd you pull up today?
I feel the same as I did yesterday, to be fair.
Like being not sore anywhere?
My
From
back's
the-
a little bit sore.
Your calves okay from the double
Yeah, they're fine. Have you seen these calves? You could harvest them for meat. Positive self-talk is performance enhancing, Ray.
Is it a race? Like, is there a winning team?
Yeah.
So does everyone go at the same time, or you have?
I didn't realise like Dan's my body's still
Oh, down to the ones.
Is that?
Down to the ones.
I'm just trying to get it dialed in.
Okay.
You're not weaker on that side. Yeah. Like, calm and fine, alright?
Maybe go get some wrist wraps.
We're gonna move some weight.
What's your max bench?
Sorry? Oh, I don't know. I haven't.
35?
I seen a Holly the other day. I was just doing some bench on the weekend because I haven't done it for a while. To check in on my elbow.
Checking on what?
My elbow.
Oh, yeah. How'd it feel?
Okay.
I guess if we keep the volume down, it should be okay.
Exactly.
Of course, we do this when Glenn's not here.
If I put these on, will you know?
Yes.
They're camo.
Ah, yes, of course.
Thanks. Wow, I really had to walk you to that
Yeah, I
target.
know.
What is your 1 rep?
16.
116 and you're at 100. Okay. Nice. Oh yeah. I think you're going to get 125.
Oh, go that far. But thanks, Petey. I think you're going to get 125.
I believe you.
No, you are.
No.
Is this rack like low enough for you? High enough?
Not really.
Okay, I'll help you on the next one.
Hey Jess, let me ask you something. Do you know Dudley's methodology for how he approaches each of the fitness blocks?
Yeah, there's like 6 episodes of it.
Explain
Jess is the wrong person there.
Explain it.
Well, she hasn't got a microphone.
Yeah, and I don't have like 16 hours to actually explain it. Well, it's just Huberman podcast.
Oh, it's it. Oh.
That's the TikTok version.
Yeah, the TikTok version.
Need to go 4 hours in.
It was a 4-hour drive, I just don't have mental capacity to listen.
This is a Huberman led podcast. Would you like me to tell you, Bertie?
Yes, I would love you.
Let me bench
please.
this and I'll tell you.
Ray, we have discussed it at 7 a.m. Like if coming in at 7, obviously we don't have the structure of doing one of the class WODs, but we'll look at the class WODs and then determine, do we want to do that? Do we want to modify that slightly? And then we'll be like, oh, I wonder, how yesterday flowed into today, or just to understand the methodology. And that was a discussion I was having with Dudley. I didn't, because if I did, I'd not ask him. Come on. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know about fucking 25.
Ooh. What's the matter?
I don't know about 25.
You've got it. You need a bigger breath.
Nearly died. Hang on, you're not the centre. So there's the lines right there.
Thank you. Bye.
Nice. Training methodology follows a yearly cycle,
Yep.
and it finishes this week. This is the end of
So it's a
the
yearly cycle. How many blocks are they?
4.
Yep.
So each season's a new method.
Yep. So autumn starts Saturday.
So autumn is this is why we're testing right now.
And this is what partly triggered me as well, because on social I saw you with a tablet writing, autumn and starting a blog, and that's what triggered me to think, okay, I wonder, not just what is your goal, well, I guess what is your goal, but is autumn an extension of, I didn't want to make assumptions, is autumn an extension of summer? Thank you.
So autumn is the beginning of the year, essentially, for us.
Okay.
Because the open is the
Testing.
Open is the test.
Yep.
And so autumn follows GPP, weakness work.
Yep.
So general physical preparedness, so things like sleds, sandbags, dumbbells, and not like crazy amounts of weight in terms of like barbell lifts, but we want to do heavy like farmers carries, things like that. So it's going to be a lot more left-right stuff, a lot more imbalance work, a lot more split squats.
Yeah.
Pretty much the phase that I've done for the next one will be like on a strength day, for example, you'll have a bilateral lift and a unilateral lift and an accessory lift all in the same session.
Okay.
So let's say for this, right? If, for example, let's say we're bench pressing is the lift, then we will do some other version of a single arm movement.
Okay.
So like hand over hand sled pull, for example, or like single arm ring row or croc row.
Yep.
And then we would do another pressing pattern within that as well.
So is the strength day always the same day? So if you...
No, it won't be the same day. So they usually I do like 2-day blocks. So like Monday, Tuesday is a pair, Wednesday, Thursday is a pair, and Friday, Saturday is a pair.
Gotcha.
And then those like change.
Of the members, because Holly and I were actually talking about this, would most members average 4 days a week?
3.1.
3.1, okay, good. Because that's sort of the thing too. If you can only come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're not going to be penalised by missing it.
Well, that's why I try and pair up Monday, Tuesday. So they'll basically just alternate all the time.
Yep.
So if you miss it one week, let's say, for example, when you come on the same days, you're guaranteed to get it the next week.
Stating the obvious, you're not going to be penalised if you only come to 3 days a week for this block. Within the 3 days, you're going to holistically touch on it.
Yeah, it'll just take you twice as long because you're not coming 6 times a week.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but basically the same thing, just over a longer time span.
Yep, that makes sense. Straight for the 1 rep.
I think so.
It's only 7 kilos.
It is only 7 kilos.
I swear I can't do this thing.
Does that make sense, sir?
Yes, that does make sense. It's actually, that is good to know.
Now, if somebody comes once a week,
yeah,
there's not much I can do about that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always going to be hard. It's like, hey, I want you to make me completely fit coming once a week. I'm like,
so when this block starts, is effectively, I know we're doing testing on stuff now, but we're doing testing at the end of the block as well to see the progression.
That's correct, yeah. At the end of each season, because every season's 13 weeks, so we run everything in 12-week blocks.
Yep. And a week between
testing. And a week between testing.
How are you, Jack?
Can you help me out?
Do you want to watch something? Watch something inspiring, Jack. Jack, watch this. This is your son.
Yep.
This is your son missing his 1 rep.
Getting teabagged. It was just I felt like I was in Transformers 2 with the underneath the pyramid. Should I go again? Should I try again?
Yeah.
Take a bit more time off.
Yesterday.
That's only if you fail behind you. Yep. That's yours. Oh, very good. That looks smooth. Yes, that's our autumn block. So I think last in hindsight, or in looking back on last year, I reckon we actually peaked fitness too quick.
Okay.
We peaked our conditioning like 6 weeks early.
Yep.
Because in the last spring block, we did sprint conditioning, and then I went into 12 weeks of conditioning.
Yep.
But if I were to do again, I'm actually going to push the sprints out for 18 weeks and then have 6 weeks of conditioning.
Yep.
Because I noticed at the beginning of the year, everyone was really fit, but we haven't gotten much stronger since then, and we haven't gotten much fitter in like the last 5 or 6 weeks. So I reckon I peaked that a bit early, which is surprising because usually conditioning for someone who is only training 3 times a week does take that long, but apparently...
So within that season, coming into autumn for the next 13 weeks, you've thought through, okay, here's what we want to achieve. Within the workouts program for the week, do you then sit there and say, okay, on a strength day, there'll also be a WOD, like we'll come in and do 10 minutes of warm-up, half 25 minutes. of
Not
strength
generally.
work? Okay.
But what we will do is, because we're going more less skill, so there's kind of like, here's the difference between like skill and strength,
Yep.
and strength skill, like in both of those words in commas,
Yep.
versus like strength, comma, and then skill, comma. Whereas you can do, if you did just strength work and then something after that, that other thing will be affected by the strength work.
Okay.
So it's actually, in my opinion, and I'll give you an example of why I think this is true. But in my opinion, you may as well just do more strength work on that day
That's good to
instead
know.
of more conditioning.
Yep.
And the reason for that is that, let's say I was, like, just as a example, let's say I was a decathlete in the Olympics, right? They always want to do all their movements as fresh as possible,
Yep.
to get the biggest benefit possible. So you would never see a decathlete run immediately into swim.
Yep.
Now that's, don't get me wrong, we do that when we do conditioning,
Sure.
like that is our
Yeah.
sport, but we want to put the most amount of intensity into that movement. That being said, the thing we have infinite amounts of is skill.
Yes.
So you can do skill like over and over again, which is super useful because we can then take strength skills, such as the Olympic lifts, and then put them in combination with like speed work, for
Yep.
example. So a good example of a workout, we did it last Wednesday, and I actually put it in last Wednesday because I wanted to test to see how it went, and it was pretty cool, where we did like the 21, 18, 15 dumbbell cleans
Yep.
and pull-ups.
See you, Mum.
You sure you don't need, is
Pretty
it all
sure.
good?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty sure.
Significant.
Yeah.
He needs something.
Which was like an under 9-minute workout,
Yeah.
which is slow in my opinion. It should be an under 5-minute
take
workout,
care.
but it's a short workout. But then we have, but it's relatively low skill, because this is
Yep.
what we can do in autumn. We're going to take these speed, low skill
Okay.
workouts. We're going to nail them,
Yep.
and then I'm going to throw in Olympic lifting as our skill strength afterwards. But because the loading isn't so high, it's not going to affect as much as we would if I was to put like back squats in.
Yep.
So that's where I
good.
think I think if you can separate the skill from the strength, and if you're doing skill, you're doing skill, and if you're doing strength, you're doing strength.
I think that's the mindset I know I've got to adapt, and probably we will talk about a little bit at 7 a.m. too, because there's times you'll come in, you'll do strength, but at the end you sort of feel a little guilty, like I've got a little bit of a sweat on, but I feel like I've got to do something
demolish it.
intense, I've got to leave here sweating, or vice versa, I come in, do a sweat.
Well,
But-
and that's why I want to, like, as much as I scientifically want to make it perfect as possible, this is why I want to do something like, let's say if we're doing this, right, this was a class, when I ran back squat, or when I ran bench press, then I would throw in like an EMOM
Yep.
of like 1 minute do 10 croc rows per side, the other minute do 10 pull-ups.
Yep.
And make it, again, look for that like skill strength
Yep.
versus just the like more.
But I think it's now for me
conditioning.
too, understanding, okay, if I'm coming in to do the strength, focus on that strength.
Exactly.
And celebrate that you've come and done strength.
Yeah,
versus
and think,
feeling
because
like, there's been a deficiency.
if you
in
had to
another
do
area.
like a 15 or 20 minute workout afterwards, you could not do it as well
With the
if
intensity.
you with the
Yeah.
intensity that you
Yeah.
wanted. So it's kind of like, do you sacrifice intensity, or do you just put more of what we're doing in, and then do the more intense stuff the next day?
Yeah,
like sort of thing.
That makes sense.
So I think that's
All right, we need some love for Dudley.
a trap that people fall into. I mean, and I can't think of any athlete that does that. That does multimodal training.
Yeah. No.
No, I can't. Yeah, like, and to that point though, you can do it. You just need to separate it by 3 to 4 hours.
Yep.
So if somebody's like, I want to do more, I could go, cool.
Yeah,
Can you train morning and night?
Yeah.
In which case, yes, we can do strength in the morning and conditioning at night. Especially after strength, you need like 4 hours, or
Yep.
conditioning is like 90 minutes. You can
Yep.
kind of get away with that. But then you still need 3 hours
Yeah.
in the gym to get that done, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of like, it can be done, just not on a time frame that, society allows, unfortunately.
You're wearing a Philadelphia Eagles hat. They won the Super Bowl.
They did.
You gotta internalize that. Yep. Okay, come on. Touch and go fast. Everything. Drive it up. Come on. Yes, yep.
Fucking left shoulder, right shoulder. Ugh. Ah, well, that's okay.
Bugger.
You want to do 25?
Yep. What are we taking off?
Because you went 119. Now that all being said, I'm doing a hero workout in half an hour,
Which
which is not what I'd recommend.
what is the hero move workout?
Running, burpee box jumps, sumo deadlift, high pull thrusters. But I'm doing that with the understanding that it's not the best way to do things, but just because that's the time I've got today. So,
Okay.
and plus I wanted to do this with you.
No, I appreciate
If you weren't coming in this morning, I wouldn't do this. I would
Yep.
just do the hero workout. Did you want to go again?
No, I'm okay.
125 is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done it for a little while. So what are we going to do now?
Oh, I don't know.
That's not going to adversely impact your hero wide.
That's all going to do it. What about hand over hand sled?
Yep.
Since it's out,
Sounds good.
maybe some. Ooh, maybe like your elbow. How's that?
That's all right.
That's all right. Maybe some close grip chins plus a hand over hand sled for like a crazy
Close grip.
chin ups.
Ooh, okay.
We did not tonight. Oh, I mean, I got a max. I got 110. Yeah.
I got 125, but I think my one rep is 130.
It is. I've seen you do 130. So we're both. Well, I mean, I'm 6 kilos under. Bertie's 5 kilos. So we've done pretty well.
You what?
I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah,
Did you
bloody
beat
oath.
your old score yesterday?
No.
You did?
No, but see, last year in the workout, I was talking to, what's the guy's name that came at, no, the older guy.
Peter.
Peter, sorry. We haven't chatted to Peter. Last year I only had to do 50 singles,
Ah, right.
and I didn't have the shit going on that's going on.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
into
yeah.
9 rounds.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, less singles, 25% less work.
Yeah.
That's an extra 20 seconds per
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
So over the course of 8 rounds, that's 3 minutes.
Yeah. It's a lot. Hi, Jess.
Pardon?
Hi, Jess.
Oh, hi.
How's the family?
Did great.
That's not a trick question. They're your family?
He came for a concert tonight. Is that-
Tomorrow.
Who is it?
Chris Stapleton.
It's the gym family, the gym relationship that's going.
You're a concert music?
Right, I hope you
It's
find that
Chris
informative.
Stapleton, y'all. Yeah.
Country music?
Yep.
It's country and music.